Hi, welcome. Today is day 11 of the 29-day challenge. And today's challenge is called Foggy Mirrors. Now, I'm up here in Roscoe, New York, upstate New York, camping with my kids. So David Nurse talks about when he started working at the Brooklyn Nets, he was the three-point shooting coach. He was very cocky, very confident. And basically, one of the players, veteran, burst his bubble and basically called him out and let him know that he's full of shit. Like, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And David Nurse was really caught off guard, like, who does this guy think he is? But, the storm passed and he realized, wait, this guy's right. I need to be humble. I need to be, he basically taught him some humility and burst his bubble a little bit and brought him back down, down to size. And David Nurse was thankful for it because he realized that you don't want to be arrogant. The idea is to be confident, but not arrogant. You don't want to come off like a jerk. And so he says confidence is allowing yourself to be vulnerable and laughing at your own mistakes. So laughing at himself, the way he was acting when he first started. So he explains that arrogance is thinking you're better than others, while confidence is believing in yourself to empower others. So I used to go through life thinking I was very cocky and I was confident too, and it does not help you to make friends. Today's blueprint action plan. He's got two mirrors, a foggy mirror and a clear mirror. In the foggy mirror, you write down the things that you are not fully confident about in yourself. And in the clear mirror, you write down the opposite. For example, so in my foggy mirror, I wrote down the things that make me not confident. And so one, well, pretty much it's I'm shy, or I can be shy. I can be socially awkward, especially until I get to know people. When I'm in a place for the first time, I tend to be shy. I'll break out into a sweat, like I'm really awkward. But then as I get to know people, so whether it's a new gym I'm going to, a bar that I started going to, an organization, school, a job, any place. The first few weeks, it takes me time to get comfortable. But once I'm comfortable, I get very confident. Whether it was when I just got my van as a contractor, I was shy in it. When I got my first Lexus, I was shy in it. Working as a lawyer, I was shy. Working as a contractor, I was shy. I'm always shy in a new role or new position or in a new place in life. But then over time, I realize that I belong there, and then I get confident and I'm no longer shy or awkward. What makes me confident is that I'm not afraid to try new things. So I figure stuff out. Like, I'm really not afraid to try to figure it out. And usually I'll figure it out. Maybe not the best, but it's kind of one of my things is I figure stuff out. When time passes and I do get comfortable, I always have to remind myself to, like David Nurse, is don't be arrogant. I remember I worked as a handyman in a building for 4 years, and I was the only one going to college. I was the only one that probably left and doesn't work there anymore, because most of those guys were what I call lifers. They were going to be there for life. And me, I was going to college and I wanted to become something else. I did not want to work in the building as a handyman for the rest of my life. Although there's nothing wrong with it, I was destined for more and I wanted to grow, and I kept growing. So while I was getting smarter and educated and kind of completing my degree, I was getting more confident, but I was also coming off as more arrogant. And so maybe I was arrogant and I was, 28, 27, around the same age as David Nurse was. And I was probably acting arrogant, which is why a lot of people thought I was a jerk. And this is where David Nurse explains there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And so now I'm 40 and I'm very confident in my abilities, and I try not to be arrogant. And what happens is when I talk to people, and I try to explain to them what I'm doing, or some of these principles that I've learned, like kind of personal development, I feel like I'm coming off as I'm arrogant, because people look at me like, who the hell do you think you are? You're gonna tell me how to live? You're gonna tell me about life? You're gonna tell me? It's like, no, I've just read a bunch of books and I've used this stuff and it works. But when I see someone's not receptive, I'm not trying to shove it down their throat, because no problem. Look, just. But when I do feel like someone's receptive to my thoughts, that's when I'll go all in and I really share my passion and explain to them, these are the principles, these are the habits, the relationships, the mindset, the discipline you have to have. Like, this is it. And a lot of people who are into it are like, whoa, Steve, you really get it. And I'm like, yeah. And that's what makes me confident, because I get it. But I also try now not to be arrogant about it. So I'll mention a few things. If I see people are receptive, I'll keep going. Otherwise, mind your business, be quiet, don't be a know-it-all. That's the thing, is don't be a know-it-all. That's what I've learned, is you don't want to come off like you think you're the man and you think you know everything and you're trying to one-up everybody. Be humble. That's what I've learned, humility. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.